that they are not finished building from 2024.
Okay. We got
all of these
T1 on
feelings,
attack.
these
We got Gen.G on
They
defense.
can drive you.
What type of tea? Not even tea, dude. Just honey, hot water.
Gen.G on the defense with their standard composition.
Yeah, we'll see how this works
Looking
out.
after that voice
yet,
this
but
year.
I do have to recall that every time
I feel like it's been
times
working
Gen.G has
wonders.
banned Pearl,
We've
it's
had
to leave Haven open
couple of
as
times
that
where voice
last
has been
map.
struggling,
So I
but
wouldn't quite say that they were always looking to ban it out, but it's more
pretty
so
rare.
that they just simply prefer Haven. So we'll see what they've prepped against
This is
T1's
nice from
composition.
T1.
The composition,
Heavy
it's not
pressure over
exactly built
towards
to stop
B
the
main.
Neon.
We got
We'll
1,
see
2,
what their plans
3.
are.
And keeping an eye on Munchkin because he saved his knife.
But for now, just Buzz already starting things off straight in towards the back of Halls.
And he's going to save his knife the next round for sure. Dude, Buzz has absolutely owned them.
Pistols, but this is something that Gen.G's going to have to watch out for. The Neon's simply just going to get ahead of everything you have. Same with the Yoru. So even if you stop the second line of attack, there's always going to be the double duelist that's able to break onto site.
So what we said about T1 is they can't consistently lose pistols as much as they're losing. It just isn't a thing. It will eventually balance out.
And Texture, of course, starts things off with a bit of a snappy headshot, but down to it, Meteor answers right back. Yeoman trying to play around the back of the boxes, but still Meteor able to find him at the very
nice.
end.
Give me this replay, because looked like the timing of the double duelist is really strong.
Kill onto the site, but once you've already given up the site like that on the pistol round, it's always going to be tough. And T1 already
Gen.G used to be pistol gods. I mean, they used to have the 80%. Yeah, so they tanked the Yoru flash. Everyone's focusing over towards one side of elbow, and then he just appears on the other. It's lovely pathing.
To just bring up that wall to really shut things down and only focus on the duelist.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to take a little bit
And you
of time,
believe in teams being good and bad in pistols? Yeah, but it's only to like an extent.
3 of them, 2 ghosts.
And that does allow for 2 members to kind of play a little bit more aggressive. Meteor going to be on his own over by B main, just with that ghost. So even
like
if
it's not as I think the pistol record's like way too drastically bad that it won't be that
smokes at the same time, you know, trying to deny as much as possible.
Because the pistol strats aren't.
That's quite a good pickup as well. The rotations from Gen.G.
Like the pistol strats aren't that bad.
They go for the orb on A main, and now because they've heard
I think
some
it's something
noise,
like 7 out of 18 or something crazy, or like 6 out of 18.
Shot here, and they will be wrong. But we'll see. If they can take out Meteor nice and early, they would have a numbers advantage.
Okay, honestly, that worked out really well for Meteor.
The one player, and that's why you can already see Texture trying to head back.
Yeah, and look at Karon's position.
Karon has gone for an absolute play, and he's waiting for the Meteor to rotate. Meteor was about to go through middle, and he would have survived, but now...
Meteor expects this. Just no way in damn hell, and Karon will get that kill.
This is still... I would have preferred... It's hard on this one, because I would have preferred him to carry on going behind. You should know this is just a human drone, ghost only.
Spray them down. Use the weapon advantage you have. Stacks not in a position to recover the weapon.
But it would at least create pressure for them to force into spawn. So. And you know it's a nice late 1v1, so honestly,
try and set up Yeoman out from the
probably
back
very
as
smart.
well as Karon out from Art. The spike, of course, taken away though, so very likely just looking for the exits, possibly die to the spike.
Yeah, we did see a ping onto the dead body where there is one rifle, I believe a Bulldog left over, but
yeah, can't
the
get
2 remaining members of Gen.G just looking to go to that spike. And things relatively going as planned. T1, you bought 3 rifles, you lost one. Obviously,
they lost a
did
rifle.
take damage, but obviously you also had 2 ghosts, so it's not the end of the world. You'll still have a Phantom and a Guardian and 2 members to buy up, so there's some options for you to work with, and then you have the speed on your side.
On the Americans come stronger on this map. I would say that Vice is definitely better than Killjoy in this map.
And also just to build up towards those
obviously, that might be a little bit exaggerated from more teams using Teo in like other regions than Pacific. And it's probably one of the reasons why they've been okay in practice, just using the Killjoy. Okay, we get the first buy round. We've got Buzz, who's got the judge out. Okay, that's nice from him, the fact that he doesn't like show the judge early once he's getting recon.
Boom, Esports should have won that match 2-0. They shouldn't have let the Pearl get out of their hands. So hopefully T1 will have needed to fix things up. Meteor not gonna play with Fate just yet over an Art.
Yeah, at least a little bit of information as well, though. So it might inform Buzz to figure out a bit of a game plan as they head on into the A site. 3 players stacked all across A main. The spike a little bit down as well, though. So maybe
TRX is the only one that's using Teo.
Yeah,
That's true.
Pings perhaps noting potential.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. There's hardly any Teo use apart from them.
Well, so Meteor just identifying that they are looking for information in mid. That should
Why no Sylvan?
Okay, well,
We don't know.
tagged as well.
Like straight up, we don't know. We still haven't been told.
That it's still a default hold.
We don't know if he's sick. We don't know if he's been replaced.
They're just gonna try to mask info and then go all out onto A. They will have
I'm judging T1 by their past,
he wants to get ahead of it.
and I would imagine that he's not sick.
But he's just gonna get one kill.
But I'm guessing.
Buzz wants to chase him down, but he is going
Texture.
to get gunned down at range. Izu
How do you get him straight through smoke
then? A
then?
little bit of damage done. Munchkin, can he hold on? Not quite. And that's damage. On to Gen.G. 3 rifles dropped, 3 members gone.
20 seconds left, though, and T1 have to head in to get the spike down. And just in that time, Karen and Foxy9 have arrived close to the site. Foxy9 starts things off with a headshot and a second kill to go through to end the round.
I fully get the Carpe wants to push there.
Both of those players, Foxy9 and Meteor, obviously.
I mean,
Foxy9
yeah,
taking over Meteor's position. A lot of people said he
in an ideal world, like,
but
you want to let the spike plant, but you're 50-50 in terms of which side they're going to peek you.
And getting that kill
No matter what, it's a good bonus.
Health, but it's going to be a huge confidence boost for that new addition to Gen.G.
Foxy9 versus Meteor, Texture possibly versus Buzz. There are a lot of parallels that you can draw between both teams.
Gen.G have got to win to get Gen.G sent again.
That stands out.
Dude, that would be
both
fun.
On the Killjoys right now, and Foxy9 is doing a fantastic job so far.
Caron picking up the judge, so they want to just maximize the firepower that they can still have, you know.
Yeah, this is the round that matters, and T1 are missing their recon over towards B. But it ended up probably being better just because they had the smoke at the end.
The question is again, if it's a fast hit onto B,
Karen has judge.
So
We got 1, 2. Yeah, it would be 3 that can't buy. And then 2 4 loss bonus.
Texture also around
we'll let Carpe have it.
They must have heard a little bit of something,
It's
so
4 and 3 are people that can't buy, so it's such an important round. We've got 1, 2, 3 people already over here.
That's going to be the dimensional drift. Already jumping onto site, catches sight of one member.
Okay, it might come down to the 1v1 and the Euro once he sends it. Dude, this whole double duelist, their timing right now is incredible. You actually can't play side with what's going on. We had Pistol incredible timing. We've had this run incredible timing.
Munchkin and Karen might arrive towards the back of tunnel. I don't know if it's going to be enough for Gen.G to really look for a possible angle and some kills. A 3-on-5 right now.
Animus, right? Animus X with the Prime. Thank you for the 3 months, dude. Thank you for that.
He can try to get some cheeky exit kills or whatever else he might find. But the rest, yeah, it's just already, the odds are so stacked against you. There is a Vandal. Yeah, okay. All right, you get out with a gun.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's still a wound for sure. Gen.G bleeding out already here in the very beginning of Pearl. And T1 looking much more decisive on their hits.
This is really nice. So, I'm going to draw elbow.
You're starting to see how effective this double duelist can be.
This is elbow at the moment, right? Maybe it's like this. So we had pistol rounds. We had Yor going to the left. Right, Yor. And then we had Neon going here on them. With this round, we literally had the Yor going here, and then we had the Neon going here. Like every single time, if you're in this area, you gotta pick one of the lanes. And when they're happening at the same time, they're just gonna own you. Like at the moment, you kind of can't play elbow. And that's the main place where you play.
So that's something they'll have to figure out. It's a nice setup, and Buzz will get traded immediately.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the double duelist, I'm not sure Easy should have won this one, but wins it out.
Not really enough time to really pull out utility, so a little bit of assistance from Karen on the back upstairs, but is that going to be enough? 0 point, and that's all the info that he needs. They know it's close. You didn't hear it travel all that long, and
oh my, that is the widest swing.
Baits him into the fight, takes him down. Karen gets one trade, but he will be pushed out. In fact, gunned down from behind.
T1 looking kind of sick.
His position.
T1 looking kind of sick on this one.
Were last seen. That is
nice.
Wild. Down to just Foxy9. And then
I do think that the Gen.G players maybe should have won 2 duels here that they didn't, but we're going to stick with the positives.
Start things off. If not, it just might be exits.
I mean, this is rough, right? Because even if you save it over, it's not exactly a great round. Sure, you'd have a hero rifle, but I don't mind going for it. See whatever advantages you can gain. If he could have gotten an early kill, maybe there's a shot. No, he can't even land a single shot at the Stacks. Stacks tells him there's a reason I was leading you last year and puts him down to the grave.
And that is one of those statements that definitely
dude, I'm
rings in
so
the
fine with
back
the
of your
timeout for Gen.G.
minds.
I've seen
Foxy9,
3 aim drills that they should have won.
Stacks was low HP as well, but couldn't quite convert it all the way to the end. T1 just looking so darn fluid right now. The call to head over from B from the previous round back into A main this time.
Right, yeah,
and they were
nice.
just
He's
able
going
to
for
fight
it.
back against Texture's assaults.
And a nice early timeout coming in from Gen.G.
See, I mean, you can talk about tactical stuff on this one.
Traditionally liking to kind of save things
And
up,
I would
see if they
definitely
can
talk
figure
about
it
the
out on
elbow
server,
stuff that I'm
trusting
talking
the
about
teams
in
right now.
terms of maybe they
Munchkin
need to go more
sharing
aggro
his
over
thoughts
towards
through and
B,
through.
or maybe they need to
The
prioritize
coaching
more
staff
like
Gen.G
back of
punched forward, trying to
screen
figure out how to stop
and have like an
this
earlier
double
crossfire.
duelist. Yo-Man already hand in hand.
But at the same
But you
time,
can't do that. It's a long
I'm
marathon
watching
today. It's a
people's
best
aim,
of
and
5.
I'm just
You cannot
like,
start doubting yourself already in map 1.
you kind of just gotta
Play the stamina
give them a
game
little
all the way throughout.
chill time.
You know, just this being the first
They're-
map, of course, when
they're
you're
getting
down
out
1 to
jewels.
4, it cannot feel too good. They definitely
But for
want
sure
to
you
fight
talk
back.
about the
Of course,
elbow.
we all know Gen.G to be a bit of a slow starter, but I'm just wondering what the adjustments might be as well. I mean, so far we've seen Foxy9 trying to hold from the back of halls. He's got maybe a nanoswarm or an alarm bot nearby. But
After
you
today's
see what
game,
this double
there's
duelist
going to be a
does. So
draw
maybe
for
does he
Pacific
just kind of
Stage 1.
relegate the position over, or what?
As in,
you gotta
wait,
have
that's
some
cool. As in,
good
like, the 2
research
groups that we
for
get for
an
Stage
op.
1, right?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? If you don't have an op, like you can't
Just 6 and
really
6?
stop much.
When you say
on this B
draw,
side
why is
right
it a
now.
draw? I thought
But
it was
the
done
way
on
that Gen.G
seeding.
is set up, you could try to push out in future
Because
rounds,
some
but
teams
right
have
now on
similar
Eco, they
seeds.
will just go for the stack. They know that this is
Like
the
8,
obvious
12.
weak spot on an Eco round. And Munchkin getting forward. He wants to know ahead of time if there is going to be a rotate on T1. Just armed with a Sheriff, all on his own. But these are times where Munchkin has led by example with
That's gonna be cool.
heroics.
6 rounds.
I don't imagine that Yuto's going to come out. T1 wants to check this dry as well. 1.
Oh
not
my, I
connecting
thought he
on
was
to
in
2.
for a
We all
couple,
thought
yeah.
it. We all thought we'd start to just count up. But it's going to be a shutdown.
Yeah, fired off a couple more rounds as well, but
Yeah,
unfortunate
Stacks
for him.
is all
So
into this
already
one,
the gate crash
and
in
they just
sight,
kind of got to
and
worry
sadly
about
they are starting
texture.
to clear things out. Gen.G, they might be arriving nearby, but again, it's all just pistols. Foxy9 out there, the stinger, the blades
Yeah, that's
from
why you
Texture
gotta-
though.
well,
Pops up midair, goes for the next,
nice
but
shot,
Stacks
dude.
swats it
Stacks
right
is-
down, and at the same time, Carpe on a bit of alert.
Stacks back to back,
And
nice
the lockdown
rounds.
as well. T1 wanting to secure the rounds where they can. They still have
Hey,
the
this is still good for
Hunter Spears as
Gen.G.
well in
Take
future
this.
rounds, so they've got some
Got the
power
ult out of
plays
them.
in store. It's going to stop any type of pinch coming in. And this gives time for Carpe to set up on a lurk over in mid.
Slowly creeping forward. There is an alarm bot in his path.
Yeah,
so
Stacks in
not
position
too
to use
bad
his
for
ult.
Gen.G to maybe try to stick it through, at least bait out the Hunter
Oh,
Spear
they
for
got this
future rounds,
half.
but still
There's a
T1
world.
showing utter dominance, saving the last beam, fires it off.
That's just suck.
Inside
Block.
of the smoke.
Half
Yeoman
No,
fires
the
back
block
on time.
missed.
Karen's still sticking onto it, but here
It's
comes
unlucky.
Carpe!
They gave it a really good
Well,
try.
they let go of it.
They gave it a
let
really
go
good
of the
try. Had to
spike.
block.
The shock dart coming in. That is a rough situation. Because on the timer, it looked like all but just doable from T1. But the Hunter's Fury just
2 ults
does
for an
enough,
eco?
just buys
Yeah.
just enough time. And at
That's,
the end of the day,
it's
it's a
still,
successful round for T1. Sure, you have to use 2 ults, but you'll
the
take
best
the rounds
loss
where
you can have.
You'll try
I
to get
agree.
ahead as soon as possible. Nice shot from Stacks there. And that is just unfortunate. Stacks actually gets the kill, in fact. Really stopping everything. Yo-Man not able to really defend his teammates for as long as
The
possible.
block, yeah, the
So
block
Gen.G
is
still
rough.
with only 1 round on the board. And T1 looking to pick up the pace. You do have the overdrive
Someone
as well.
drops
The Phantom in hand for
500
now from
gifted
Buzz. He's
to
taking all the
tell
noise
us
possible.
why
He's just
Carpe
gonna
is
play the
playing.
bait and try to
What
open
the
things
hell?
up. Checks inside the
Five,
smoke as well. Okay.
500.
Incredible
Damn,
movement
this
already
is
coming through,
a
and
steep
maybe
price, dude.
A couple of shots
I
fired at the
respect
shock
it.
dart at least, and that confirms that there are players around Connector. What they might be anticipating as well, though, is the fact that Texture has bought up the op.
You expect a cut? I mean, yeah. If you give me 500 gifted, sure. Dude, for God's sake, man. We got to remove this bug, Riot. Look at the head pop.
It's perfectly set up to shut down the one answer that Gen.G has figured out so far.
Just getting robbed away blind. Your one answer, and it's already eliminated from the equation now.
No such thing as
Yeoman along
bugs,
the
yeah.
rest of the players trying to do what they
That's
can
true.
to refill in that space. The drone comes out. But Karen,
Yeah, Meteor
Whoa.
knows. He knows the only way. If you're going to try for it, you have to try something cheeky. And now, Munchkin joining so late, you just have to go for another save. It's just this downward spiral for Gen.G. You've already used 1 timeout. I don't know if you ever want to use another one here in the first half, but right now the
I think
operator
they might have
gone.
to at one point. It might be after next round,
before
but
that purchase. So now at this point,
only the
if I'm Munchkin, the only other thing I'm thinking of
Buzz
is
doing.
do we have to just erase B? Do we have to just get
doing
aggressive
so much
ahead of them so that they can't pick up the pace and the speed? Do we have better retakes, specialized for the A side? That's something that you have to start to work through.
So far, I mean, they almost came close to a bit of a, they stuck the spike to half from before on a Thrifty, so maybe they're able to retake into A. But at the same time, when they pushed out into A a couple rounds ago, it didn't quite work out too great, but I mean, this is just brutal.
Yeah, he's just making so much space for his team now.
Anticipating getting the reads ahead of Gen.G. Even
it's a shame as well because they kind of did what I wanted them to do. They changed up their positions a little bit. They wanted to fight heavier here. And then T1 have read that, and they've gone for the split. And yeah, that's it's devastating for Gen.G for sure. It is T1's pick. It is an attack side of map.
He'll get pushed out for now by the smoke, so he has to play off the alarm about lots of noise on A, so they're holding close. Again, they figured it out. They cannot let the Neon and Euro get onto the site at the same time, but we'll see if they're going to be allowed to hold on to this, because T1's been pretty good about clearing these close angles after that very early kill that Texture had in the beginning of this half.
Might not have faced off against this slight high-low thanks to the elevation of stairs, so maybe Gen.G trying to use this as much as possible, as well as Karen out from the off angle around stairs. Texture, though, after a little bit of elapsed time, goes back in towards B-Link, doesn't see anyone, but still holding the angles.
Yeah, so a new Nanoswarm placed by Foxy9 as well. Again, just to try to keep himself alive. B-Link is safe, so you know that there's no full surround onto the site. But this time it's going to be Art. T1, they haven't really explored this option too much. And Charon is just holding
just respecting it.
No,
there's a little gap here.
Is he ready for it? There's no command. No more sliding for you, and that's one. But the
flash is incredible. And the extra dink. Okay, big shutdown from Munchkin. What a flash that was.
Underhand toss off the flash.
They literally all three ate it.
Karen falls. Karen just received Buzz so darn well. Unfortunate for T1, maybe they didn't quite anticipate or expect players to be that close by. He did go in for a bit of a wide peek, but Karen sidestepped it, got the wallbang through the boxes, and of course Munchkin just coming in to slay and collect.
Always there for his team.
That kill is real nice.
Support, hiding closer to the wall,
so they can get reset money-wise, but they kept it so clean with only one death that it's actually right. We've got the judge out for Buzz, and he's got a lot of money.
T1 says we cannot let these guys set up. We're gonna go fast. There it comes the judge, but Munchkin jumping shot with the Phantom. That's not the same gun. Charon's holding the cross, and now the advances get stopped once again. Hunter's Fury to really slow things down.
Well, it was a cool change of pace.
Continue to push on through. Second smoke comes up, and at the same time, Carpe creeping out back towards mid. Texture has pushed all the way up B long.
Yeah, now you have some good ideas of where T1 is. You don't have to worry about it. Also, neither of the duelists alive. So Gen.G feeling very comfortable.
Well, the madness has gone over towards A as well.
And that's going to be a little
he got Texture pushing up towards B, and he can. He probably shouldn't push. So I like that he's gone back.
Seeing close range, but nice movement. It's actually covered for Munchkin. He's just always there for his boy. Charon is still alive on the site. Now Carpe just ditched by Gen.G. They don't want to have to worry about it. Carpe creeping forward. They know that he's coming. Only 30 seconds for T1. It's a trade, and now it's just Carpe subbing in, gets one, but that's all he'll get.
Stacks did a good job to make this one kind of close.
3-6 for Gen.G.
Texture already creeping up from the back as well, a little bit closer. Oh my god, Quack, you gotta calm yourself down. This is way too darn exciting. First of all, look at Munchkin's replay. Hopping around, he actually airstrafed to the left. That's how he took down Buzz. Unbelievable with how he's managing to make
such a Valorant duel. You get double people jumping.
The rest of the round because they kept T1 pinched in towards A main of all that utility with the spams. They knew exactly how to trade it off.
2 in a row, T1 get involved.
Proves that Gen.G, even with a traditional composition like this, they are able to fight and strike back. This forces a T1 timeout.
Yeah, T1, I mean, they try to just pick up the pace, but once again, Gen.G,
and he's just here lurking. That's
they almost looked ready to ditch it. Maybe Foxy9 only focusing on one kill, not trying to defend himself from both, no matter what it is. But Gen.G had the right read. Munchkin, once again, starting to download his opponent.
I mean, you haven't lost a round on B, right?
Scratching their heads a little bit, trying to figure out where they can go. What's the solution this time? To try to break through, try to extend this lead. Because you were up 6-1. You do not want it to end in a 6-6 in this half.
Yeah, still a very good chance that it could, but
Do
also
you think G2 or Vitality are better? I'm not even sure.
If they are able to chain more of these rounds
I would say from what I've seen at the moment, I would go for G2, but
and he's supported by Munchkin. They want to set him up aggressively, and Munchkin's going to be there to trade, and he's been good with the trade so far.
It does look like I would say G2 play the better overall Valorant.
And a turret as well. There's
But
just so
I don't
much
know,
protection.
with how the individuals look on
Texture.
Vitality,
He's sticking in the anti. Texture gets
it
one.
might just be
How
able
does
to
he
differ
get
from that, because they are
one?
doing
And
that
Munchkin with a
a
pop
little
flash over
bit.
the
They're also
pillar.
playing,
There's still two
they've also got
members
some
here.
really cool
T1,
stuff.
are you
They're
ready
pretty
for this
drilled at
fight?
the moment as
There's
well.
a good
But
shock dart, takes down one. And that's the Euro, but Munchkin decides to fight. Not enough time bought for the full rotate from Gen.G. They were hoping
I feel like
that
they
T1
just
would
look
rotate, but now it's
too
3
far ahead.
members on site. Yo, man.
I still would think this was, like, I still like the idea from Gen.G. They knew it. Oh god, okay, hold up.
Down to a 1v1.
Karon, he is close by, but Stax, he needs to get the spike down. That's going to take a little bit of time, and in that time,
It's so funny because
Karon
both
might be
teams
able
literally just said what I said
pushing a
basically in the
little bit
timeout.
closer. Where's he going to go? Oh, Stax trying to get ahead of it. Peeks out
Very,
to the left,
very
but
nice.
Karon
Oh,
holds
they
the
managed to win
angle
it,
and gets the
2v3.
headshot to end the round.
And
Just a read from Karon.
2-9
See,
loss
you don't have any
bonus.
information. You
Gonna
don't
have
know
to
where
low
I
buy.
am. You don't know
Yeah,
where I'm coming from.
all the teams
You
spoke about
better
B that
clear
round
the connection
in
to
the
our spawn,
timeout.
'cause otherwise
There's
you
like,
know
well, they've
you're
won
in
every
trouble.
single round here. They're going to
Purposely
try to
holds the
do
up and
something.
just knows
They
that
tried to
Stax
3-pass
has
and
to step
punish
out.
here.
If he wants a
It's a
guarantee,
lovely
what
shot.
a follow from Texture as well. We talk about his flicks, but that is some crazy, insane tracking onto the Neon.
This was the round though, and that was the play.
A rough start.
Yeoman getting 2 there is
People have started to see
everything.
his power, his value. You can see he's relieved that his kills contributed to that round.
Also, just want to point out, he shot the clone. EMEA didn't. It's 6-4
Oh
right
my
now.
goodness.
T1 going back to where
What
it's
the?
belong again. Surely the op isn't here a second time.
Just gonna push in. You've got the Bucky. This one is all on Buzz. But do they double down on these ultimates? Something that we saw a lot yesterday that contributed to the scrappiness.
Yeah, you can see them just not playing elbow.
Double downing on these ultimates to try to get some rounds. Normally, I'm a big advocate of it.
This is the crossfire I thought they were going to lean into, and they just stopped doing this after the like first timeout.
Bolt already used, so now it's just up to you to get those kills. Oh, and the flashes too.
No way.
Well,
He shot the clone this time as well.
And now here's the Hunter's Fury to clear out that lockdown, just trying to make sure that his team can stay on site.
That is already enough value as well.
There's a nice little
coming in too. Yeoman, he might be on the side, but he's alone and cold.
We're seeing some good stuff though.
Eliminate him. 2 players up from the back.
Like I feel like everyone in the timeouts talk about the right things. We're changing a good amount of our pathing as well. I think that Izu's doing wild stuff. I don't know how he gets
There's a good pop flash, but it's an instant teleport out from
I
Izu.
don't
Out from danger.
Dude, wait, what?
The timing against Stax. No reason to watch the flank anymore. Izu giving an opportunity. You heard the TP going by. Texture doesn't want to get played
Again,
by it.
I think he keeps
Meteor,
winning duels that
perfect
honestly I don't
makeout
think should be
setup
winning.
for
So
Meteor
he's
to
doing
clean
good.
up the round.
Just to bait out that information, Meteor peeking off of the contact instantly. So a good round from T1 overall. I mean, they made the setups, they made the reads to push back in towards this B site where Texture unfortunately isn't quite set up for it. And off of that, you know, even with the re-aggressives, the Cosmic Divide coming in, a good little clear with the flash, but Izu's just so quick.
Man, I think when I watch Carpe, I would honestly, I would probably perma put him on a Guardian.
Now last round of the half,
When this guy has like a Sheriff or a Guardian, and he doesn't spray, he looks incredible.
T1, of course, looking to make it 8-1 away from Meteor's lockdown, so he's going to join his team. Ideally going to pick up this orb, heading down to be long.
Texture behind screens.
Does he go out? He does! Oh, he's not going to land the shot, but he doesn't stay alive! Izu just finds him through the smoke, and now Gen.G scrambling to fill this void.
And with Munchkin inside of the smokes.
They know about the lockdown. They're ready
Did not
for
go
it.
too far.
Goes out.
Oh no, it looks good.
Going to be spot on.
No, yeah,
it's
did go
gonna
too
miss.
far.
And
Way
Gen.G,
too
they're
far.
gonna have to empty it. Karon's not in position. He just has to fight his way out. He's gonna get detained. He goes down.
He did incredible though, getting 2.
And Gen.G just can't.
No, Meteor's absolutely saved him as well.
Catch a break. Even though Karon fell, the rest of them are still trying to hold towards the back of Halls. Munchkin nearby to refrag, but he gets taken out just as quick. Down to
Dude,
just
the no pings.
has to
No
push
pings,
out.
man.
It's a
The
bit of a
nade
one-way
went
in his
wild.
face as well. He tries to work around it, but he gets spotted out. His feet.
I mean,
Meteor
8-4
sprays
is...
him down, and we
It's
end
an
the
attack-sided
first half
map, but I feel like 8
8-4.
is pretty good. They
Well,
got the double
T1,
duelist
it
though,
looks like
so I guess we
Gen.G
should kind of
might catch
expect
up,
that.
But they stabilize with a nice lead. 4 points ahead of Gen.G in the first half of their map pick.
The double
On
duelist
Pro,
did
there were a
so
lot of
well.
question marks when we saw the draft. I mean, you took a beating next to Boom Esports, barely scraping by with the win. And you still
Nice
wanted to
shot.
come here on this map, even though we've never seen what Gen.G has prepared. But they get the read. Gen.G, they're not going to have anything special. That's not the Gen.G way. And T1 comes
Don't you
in
think that
with good
Vitality
executes.
feels like
Now we'll see
2023
if that
Fnatic, where
aggression,
all
that
the players are
teamwork
raid bosses?
can continue in the second half
Yeah,
on defense.
no, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
that's the question, isn't it? I mean, we saw how effective these executes
There's
are
one team at
because
the
of
moment
double duelist
where
composition
it'll
on
be a
the
2v5, and I
attacking
feel like
side.
I have
How
to
does it
really pay
fare
attention.
on defense? Are they going to come in with the strongest retakes? I mean, Gen.G, of course, they will be able to set up as well.
We'll see T1 again with Neon Yoru. You're generally going to want to push out, get some space before you go for those fast rotates. The rotation speed is something that Gen.G has to keep a note of. You know, the old style, the 4-1 push and pull, try to find a timing. It's not going to be as smooth because both the Yoru and Neon can just pop up on one side instantly on the next. So they'll have to sprinkle in some good, powerful set plays. We'll see if that can work. Lots of fans from both teams with just all different types of artwork to continue on. There's the little Genrong, the Gen.G Tiger mascot. Lots of goodies that Gen.G's been marketing with that.
Wait, the mascot has a name?
Yeah, it's Genrong because Horangi is tiger in Korean.
So
it's
we've been speaking about
Genrong-y.
pistols a
They
lot,
take out
and
the
we got
first
1-0.
syllable, and it's a Gen.G tiger.
And
I never knew that. Today I learned.
Gen.G
I was
used to
trying
have
figure out
pretty
a way
much
to
the best
make it work
pistol
in English. It just
stats of
doesn't.
last year
But
from
there
using
you go,
double
that's a little
sheriff.
Gen.G trivia,
They've
but
upped
we'll
it
see
and
if
gone
there's
for
any
triple
reason to
sheriff.
talk about it any further after this map because Gen.G currently down 4 points.
Yeah, meanwhile, T1 starting to pick it up. Buzz kicking things off with a bit of a human recon movement outside of A main, but doesn't spot anything out.
Yeah, recon over towards A into 5 pass and late swing middle.
Just saying, hey, well, now
And
you guys are
does
gonna
he
be
hear the
separated if
turret?
you're not all 5 stacked onto one side. Turrets spots one person. That's an instant TP because
Sure,
of the
it
turret
only shot
position, you
once
know
though.
that least
Okay, and then they
killjoy
broke it.
should be on the B side and they go to defend.
But it's gonna get a little bit weird.
Texture might have hurt that gate
Might be a
crash
little
as
bit
well, so
similar
this
to the
might be
first
the
pistol
call
round.
for the A squad to head into site where, unfortunately for Gen.G, Stax and Carpe are really close around stairs. They might have been noted as well. Buzz spots out Foxy9, tries to get the relay ball in for the pinch, crouches
Neon
and
is-
gets the headshot, but Texture
Neon
answers
is
right back with the Sheriff.
one of a
Well,
kind.
round 2, here comes Meteor. Next up, Texture versus Meteor. The
Ooh,
ultimate,
that's
and he's just gonna
nice.
say,
Comes
well,
up on the
hello, good
minimap.
old friend. I'm gonna
Big
go join
swing
my
from
team.
Karen.
Well, Gen.G gonna start to push out of the site, make sure that they have room to work with. All 3 next to bunker, ready to wrap around. Carpe coming
Yeah, and
in
they just
to
go
cut
into
off
a
Texture,
crossfire.
But Texture's timing could be impeccable here. He's waiting to see where Meteor's
Wait.
coming from. Stax gets 1 kill. There's still 2 members around the site. Stax brought down
No
low.
way.
Carpe gets a good one. Yeoman still
Joe.
alive. No, you can't take your utility out.
Whoa.
You have to fight.
Damn, how
and
do they
fight
win that
T1
3v4
well as they go up
crossfire?
9-4.
Just
Stack's
the
got a
one
really
micro
important
decision.
Joe.
He thought about it to
Okay,
possibly support his teammate on the site,
2-0.
but unfortunately it bites him in the back. T1 up with the 9
Carpe
wins
do
now.
Carpe hit some
And now with
shots.
the pistol, possibly a 10th.
Yeah, you just see the importance of that pistol, just how much you can snowball up from it. A little bit of chaos, maybe a little bit of scrappiness, but that is something that T1 was born from after yesterday's match. We've seen it. They're able to continue on playing at peak form today.
Ooh, honestly,
All
those
the
last 3 kills are
individuals
really
truly
nice.
showcasing kind of the hope and the style that people wanted from this squad, from this type of roster.
And the scrappiness is really breaking apart Gen.G's texture. They had the setups towards A, but it's all broken off. Now, in with a bit of 0 point, they spot out Buzz, and back into mid they go.
Okay, they're a lot of death,
Just
and
1 sheriff for Texture.
Texture buys 1 sheriff, but
He'll
honestly
leave the
seems
back.
we can see the Outlaw's a good
Know
thing.
what the Gen.G squad can do with this.
Because next round they're going to have to get a lot of heavy
They want to
armors.
continue to power through. Oh, if
Ooh.
they take Carpe down, that
Oh,
is
he's
a
here on his
bulldog
own for a
fragment.
little bit.
Carpe just waiting,
Meteor.
calling for backup, desperation, and a good timing and a pinch. Carpe and Meteor working in tandem, bulldogs in hand. Texture still alive, but
Very
Meteor will
nice.
come for backup.
They're playing together well.
Out of run out of ammo, but the backup is so quick and ready. Down to just Karen. Has to go for the spike, or maybe thinking about the guns as well, but he has to know that they are all close by. The T1
Rexit,
players
thank you for
all
the 100
converging
bits, dude. Thank
into
you,
his
thank
low
you.
position. Buzz out from the back with a judge,
Oh.
but onto the pistol, he actually gets fragged out by Karen.
Wait, he actually has a
Starts running. He knows that
pretty good
that's
path
out
for
from
this.
the A side. He expects us to be weaker, but they are right behind him. He knows that they were somewhere near mid. Karen,
They're still going to come from the same pose where he thought they were most likely going to be.
He's going to plant safe onto the smoke. He'll have time to reposition. Stacks and Izu. Trades weapons. Izu will have to go in with the drone. Bulldog in hand.
Right here.
And considering the position, considering the timing, the drone fairly confident that it should be heading out towards A main. Charon, he can't really make a move until he hears that tap onto the spike. But in a 2v1, can he land the shot?
Scanning ahead.
An outlaw as well. That was his 1 star.
Okay, Recon not finding him. They have no idea. They're not expecting. Oh, Izu gets an inkling of it, but that's a headshot. And Charon, he trusted he was off of the spike.
Whoa, what a
Almost
shot from
lands it,
Stacks,
but
dude. What a
Stacks
shot in the end.
will
That was a
refuse
great
to
try
get
from
hit
Karen, almost a
today.
1v3.
Went for the wide peek. He tries to strafe and reset his crosshairs, but Stacks
That was really
sidesteps
close.
as well. Down to
Players
the
parallels in
one-on-one, and
regards to this.
T1
Some failures with
remain
the
calm. They
opposing
regain their
orbs.
composure and they strike
And now a
back.
chance
Still
to
though,
qualify
not
with the
too bad of
rival
an
ones.
eco
This
for
match would
Gen.G. They
get
robbed so
a
many
group of
guns
the
away.
viewers
But
in the
that's it.
Americas.
Now the score still is at a pretty desperate 10-4.
Yeah, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
right. If it was a 7-5 half, sure, we can say, okay,
But the
lots of damage done, time to come back, but
Most
now
Koreans use a
10-4
different
is
website,
by
right? So
some
I guess
chance.
the viewers
This
is probably
starts to
pretty
slip
high.
away in this round, then before you know it, the map's over. So Gen.G, everything on the line. They know about the Outlaw, full armor in hand.
Soup? They soup
Izu
build.
will just TP out for the time
Yeah,
being.
yeah.
Still a double
I think
set
that
of
is right.
Gen.G. Trying to pick up the pace, but this could get dicey.
He TP'd out and went for a re-peek. Sends in another gate crash back in towards tunnel again, just for backup. Meteor close by with the Sheriff trying to find some shots through. If this Outlaw can find value, that would be huge. And there it is.
Yeah, the Jet taken down as
Yeah,
well, so
double
no
body
dive
shot
onto the
on
site.
this.
Meanwhile, look at A main. Buzz is clear. He's been peeking non-stop. Sure, just a Bucky in hand, but that'll be enough to delay them to get that
Still good
information.
info.
Now you know there's at least someone looking onto A, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. T1 choose to go for a hold on the default. They'll give up mid. They don't care. They have the numbers advantage as long as they have information that there is a rotation, perhaps a pinch.
And with Buzz continuing to re-peek, he's gathering more information. This might inform Stacks that they could be rotating and finding a different route into the site. Fortunately though, Karen with the one tap ends Buzz. And now it's just down to Stacks on the site itself. Meteor
30
alongside
seconds?
Carpe in for the rotation, but they hear the footsteps
He went for the
stampede
deeper
out from
recon.
stairs.
And there's going to be the cosmic divide, really negating
Yeah,
any
nothing
type
to stop
of
this
info
plan.
that Stacks was looking to get. Stacks trying to go for the spam, just barely missed. Oh, actually, never mind. Lands right onto Yo-Man. He wasn't too happy about that one. Meteor confirms the position of at least one player, but quite a spread out from Gen.G. Jump peaks to
Okay,
check
I mean,
close
Gen.G are
from
fine for this.
T1.
It's just about damage.
Still a possibility. 4v4, 2 rifles in the hands of T1 members. They will start to fan out outside
Oh,
the smoke.
boy.
There's the clone. It gets information.
Oh,
of
God,
one
tank
flash as
double.
well. An instant trade, 1-1. Carpe
Wait,
starts
they
to
got the
defuse
body
and trying
block
to block,
out,
but he
by the way.
does
They
get
got
the
half. Hold
and
up.
so time bond for T1. The spray, it gets the
No
wrong
way,
person,
dude. There's
and
no
T1
way.
will lead
They
by
actually got the
7.
successful body block
Just
off, got it at
body
half, and then
blocking,
insta-stuck
sending
again.
As much as possible out of the smoke. That
That
was
one
so
smoke has
smart,
caused
so
so
clever
much
with
mayhem.
how they actually planted that
I
out
can't
to
believe
the
they
A
won
side.
this.
In with the clones and everything that Gen.G tries to deny. They actually get blinded by it. They actually get suffocated by it. And down with the shots, they still got the kills. But the round, the defuse, all stuck for T1.
You get that one kill and you think, surely it's gonna be the diffuser. And they try to double check just in case.
They were like running out of ammo as well. Oh my god.
Masterclass, that one. Dude, they should never be winning it, but I mean, they literally played it so
Because
perfect.
T1 now 1 away from map point and still rifles across the board on both sides. And Gen.G this time waiting for a push out of
Yeah, it
information.
kind of showed them how to body
from the
block,
T1 side.
'cause
Otherwise, they'll clear out. They want to get
Gen.G
rid of
went
some
for
of
it
this
earlier.
utility in mid, so they have a bit more freedom the later part of the round.
Tell you what though, Chobra, the push out actually happened on the A main area, and that's where they are posted up. T1 now getting a little bit more information. They are also informed that there are players headed towards Art.
And so Izu, he can take a little bit more time, get a little bit more aggressive, has that gate crash as a backup. And Texture
Sure.
just gonna dry peek in. He's got that tailwind activated. Carpe, he's sharp with it. Yesterday, perhaps that was a tough warm-up, but a good jump peek out from Munchkin.
Yeah, he
But
could.
it's still
He
just
committed to the
mid
time
that
pretty
Gen.G
early.
is taking a hold of. Meteor up against his old teammates, up against his old team.
It's a great knife.
Was creating so much space. Can he do it?
Dude, his
he starts with 1 kill, and he's
it's a shame, dude, because his idea to push forward there was sick.
Now it is my spot to be earned here on Gen.G.
Foxy9, the one to take the space and now to hold down to the site. It's just 2 players from T1 to try to retake, to find that map point. They stand up close. Stax starts things off with a headshot.
Okay, the clone just gonna be spent by Foxy9, still looking for one, and again, this is where he shines. He wants to take these fights. A 1v1 on the site, but back up far away from Karon. Looking at that off angle, and Izu, he susses it out. He wants to go hunt for it. He doesn't have much time, but he needs to get the kill. He will not. And Gen.G will crawl back into the game with 5 rounds.
They do have to eco.
I mean, good little fights.
There's gonna be a low by him.
At the same time, down to the 2-on-1. The fact that Karon doesn't just hold out, you know, exposing his angle way too far. He actually anticipates maybe there is a slight chance. I still got to watch my back, so he plays relatively safe and tight around the pillars.
Yeah, I love that push. That was awesome.
Marking the angle on towards the clone as well. So just Gen.G trying to stay on top of things as much as possible.
And now Econ finally broken away from T1 and still not map point. We've seen this before so many times. You cannot let go just yet if you're T1.
Still though, not quite the firepower in the round. Just a couple of spams through and Meteor's down to low HP.
Izu, they want information, but Gen.G knows this. They know that they're going to be hungry for information. Can't TP out in time.
This could be a great round to get some ults online. Who's close? Yeoman 1 away.
Even with fast rotates, they don't line up. They'll get a clean shot. Munchkin shuts down his old teammate, his old Sentinel. And Buzz now holding close. Next batter up with a Bucky in hand. It's a nice timing to jump in, but he's now stuck. I mean, you can't jump in.
And you can't push through over towards long. 1 HP.
Blind shot, 1 HP. Has to instantly run away, basically. Carpe and Stax as well, just trying
to know, I mean, they had him run close.
Lanes, but nothing really found. Carpe starting to get a little bit adventurous.
Yeah, Buzz just wants to buy enough time for Carpe. He was making a little bit of that noise. Now the smoke's up, so he will just hold in the back of sight. Sheriff in hand. Carpe, he's made many
What odds would I give Heretics against Liquid?
But he's gonna choose
the best of 3 and Liquid's map pool looks alright. So because of that, I'd maybe give them like a 35.
Which might work out against T1's decisions right now. Bucky
and I think they're looking a lot better.
Trying to get lucky. Unfortunately, not going to be found today. Karon continuing on his advances, but here comes Stax out from heaven. 2 kills already.
Reload. Was it heard? Either way, it's going to be a far hold from Karon.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what.
Sure that he has not rotated back out Stax. He's ready for a bit of a pinch, and there
I was gonna say, no matter what, Karon's got the kill, but I'm looking for it.
And now only 5
the T1 maybe want a timeout before the big buy round.
Getting a little bit closer, but of course now the full buy out from T1. A couple of ultimates as well in their bags. I mean, they've been trying to work out early on, trying to gather as much information as possible, trying to get Crash back into safety. And then Gen.G starts to play a little bit more reactive, so maybe trying to spot them out this time, but otherwise, still Gen.G being quite sharp with their movements. 4 ultimates online, in fact.
Yeah, no operator yet, though, so it still has to be some advances to get information. And Gen.G, look at their positions. They know this. They're ready for it, and they'll wait out the first wave of potential users.
Bro, what the hell? That doesn't sound like me.
Nothing so far.
Me figuring something out?
Bit of a jiggle
Don't know about that one.
Back halls, and he repositions.
This time it's going to be an extra support in mid, ready for the trade. They know exactly where the kill came from.
I was Sen MIBR. Yeah, I was hoping it.
Just gonna back out. They don't
honestly, Power was an absolute banger, but I was hoping for a little bit more. Okay, we got so many ults on this. So many ults.
Taking things slow and steady.
Big eco rounds coming up, potentially. Or it's pretty much the end of the map.
Good spot to deploy the lockdown if needed.
One tag from the drone, but still not much information on either side. I mean,
they might actually go to the double duelist here, we'll see.
On both sides, the first fight, the first
no, just a straight up split A.
That dimensional drift, does it force Gen.G further into the site? They're just going to be herded in, just like sheep, all the way into the site. Flashes come out to hold them at bay. There's the lockdown. Another flash at the ready, just trying to get as much information as possible, and Izu.
Yeah, owned him with the clone here as well. Izu's done great.
Texture on the site. The lockdown has been
20 seconds.
Now 4 members of Gen.G fanning out, but they don't check the bunker, and Stax will hold on. Buzz arrives, Yeoman takes care of it.
That
but
recon.
Stax eventually with the wallbang. The site is now in Gen.G's hands. 2v2,
Great shot from
only
Carpe.
10 seconds left. The plant.
Dude, he could Astro suck this.
Karon, the flash comes out. He will jump out just in time.
Dude, imagine he Astro sucked him into the open there.
Will equalize. Carpe now here. Karon knows the position of both. He needs to win the fight one at a time. He tries to get ahead of it.
Dude, Carpe had a great round. He had an absolutely unreal round, to be honest with you.
While he was down to just 7 rounds left in the mag, tried to conserve it.
Yeah, 6 chances. And honestly, if Gen.G get this round, it might be close, just purely because it's like eco and then
just being able to herd them into this entire
might be close
setup.
though, let's say.
I mean, Izu basically said, you gotta choose. You want to fight me or you want to fight the lockdown? And that's when Gen.G Yeoman pulls out the Hunter's Fury, tries his best alongside his teammates to hold their ground on the site, down to the 2-on-2. But that's when T1 unfortunately comes out on top, and we are at map point.
T1, the econ still not looking great, but like you said, just one more round needed. So much pressure off their back. And this time it will just be a stack onto A. If they are able to get a pick at some point in this round, they do have 2 great ultimates for that retake onto that B side. So a very wise choice from the T1 team.
And all of them bunching up together inside of Art. They might have heard the, a little bit of a Vandal burst.
Oh my goodness, crunch over towards middle.
But he's backing and tailing away.
Buzz didn't full commit. So they lose middle, pretty much in reaction to losing B, to be honest with you. They just have the hero gun, even though they won the round, they're just going to eco on this. So I do really like this play.
They'll get ahead of it. They'll make sure that they have to peek out. It gives them a position nice and close on the side, and Yeoman with a double kill. Texture also with the judge. Now Blades out, spots 1 in heaven. Eyes all trained above.
Yeah, but the fact that like ecoed into this round as well, just
one more round spots.
kind of shows me that they're not gonna mess this up. Like they're only gonna use their ult when it matters.
Stax trying to get a little bit lucky with the Sheriff, but Yeoman shuts him right down. Carpe has to back off for the save, and Gen.G able to fight right back, getting ahead with the Cosmic Tempo. Hang on a second.
Yeoman wants this.
No, he's chasing.
He's only 2 points away. They need every ultimate they can get. It doesn't look like he's gonna have time though. Just down in sewers, trying to go for a spray of some sort.
Ooh.
Back and forth.
Okay.
Trying to make Swiss cheese of each other.
5 chances, but this should be one of their better goes
now,
of that.
but we have seen what Gen.G is capable of. It's 5 rounds to close in on this gap.
See if they can do it. Sure, just saying, NT, let's try to go next and see if Gen.G can do that 5 more times.
3 massive ults, 2 away from the big ults for Gen.G. Is probably one of the best chances T1 have, if not the best.
Just gonna be this round. He's gonna get ahead. Takes down the recon, but it's just a nice double beat. They each find their targets perfectly.
Oh man, once
Dude,
again,
just texture melted them as well. Good news for T1 is at least they didn't use their ults.
T1 tries to refill that space, but Foxy9 has held the angle. Texture eliminates one more out from the front, and it's just Meteor pushes into the smoke. With the Guardian, he actually finds Texture and now tries to reposition.
Just has to get out. You don't want these ultimates to come online for free on the side of Gen.G. 3 members, 1 or 2 points away.
2 full loss bonus. So we got a eco coming up.
About making sure that Gen.G doesn't get a free round during these 5.
Now I want a timeout. Yeah, I think they're gonna timeout.
Yeah, you can see Foxy9 alongside Yeoman, the one
they gave him a couple of rounds to close it out.
For the hunt, they have Meteor sent, but Meteor is a little bit far away as well. Relatively close if Meteor heads back in towards A-Link, so just trying to hold on to this rifle, trying to hold on to the potential ult points for the Gen.G for dear life. So far so close, and Gen.G slowly but steadily picking up the steam.
Now 4 more chances. Like we said, close to their ultimates to catch up to T1 from the Gen.G side.
Have you two managed to do that at the same time?
Power ults for the retake 2 rounds in a row now, but
it
doesn't matter if those members are dead. And Gen.G somehow Munchkin just getting the read, then it's gonna be a potential aggressive
Remember what the timeouts are like. That's true though. I mean,
The
maybe you
vibes are
wanna.
coming back. Gen.G, they're starting to laugh, and
Maybe we needed
it's so
some
tough to beat someone who's just enjoying
some
their time,
words.
win or lose.
Words of wisdom
It
to
is the first
motivate you.
map, so I can definitely see why Gen.G isn't really feeling that much pressure just yet. They have also been the team to reach the international stage several times now.
If EMEA goes
So,
to a long time, I'll
not
switch to
feeling it too
Americas.
much, and that is
I
a
will
huge
stick with
boon
EMEA,
that,
but honestly,
underneath their
we're gonna be
wings.
so
Meanwhile, for T1,
fine today.
Definitely a little bit more pressure, but because they are so close to really
Like
closing out
it
this
should
first
be
map,
okay.
that could also give them a little bit more pressure. They are really trying to rack their heads, trying to figure
EMEA
out
still starts
what
at
is
5,
the best
right?
possible strat that we can call, or best setup that we can call to end this once and for all.
Unless it's like a,
That's
unless
something
there's a
that
lot
I've
of
talked
tech
about
pauses.
a lot on the side of Gen.G. Looking at this kickoff, it's just the winning habit. It shines through. The winning mentality that they have, that it's okay. We can win in the next round. We can win in the next map. We can win in the lower bracket. We're good enough. We know that. And they take that to really comfort themselves. Whereas you look at the T1 players, so many of these players are
Liquid?
the meteor.
I think they got more of a chance than you think.
They know they can, but they haven't yet. And that starts to build up as pressure even when you're leading. We'll see if it starts to bite back and maybe just latch onto their ankles, pulling them down even on this first map.
Yeah, it actually might be happening down to just the half buys once again. Easier though, we'll note the
Yeah, it's
information
another
that's
low
handed
buy.
to him.
You know what's gonna be
He
interesting
crashes
though is
away.
Gen.G are
Meanwhile,
about to get their ults
Gen.G
online.
has a secondary squad headed in towards
One
A,
away
just
from
waiting for
Foxy.
that initial smoke
And
to
honestly, the
dissipate.
Killjoy ult when
The
you
bomb in
when you have
Texture's
this
hands, so they
comp,
wanna basically cut
kind of
off
legit.
the
Obviously, we
angles
got the
one by
Sova
one, take
ult
the
to
long-range
cancel it,
fight
but
if it's given to you, but if not, just take contact, clear angle by angle, and trust in Texture's ability to land that first shot, knowing that T1 will want to take space, that they need to fight for space to get information.
Slow and clear, peaks, slicing the pie. Buzz though really close towards mid doors with the Bucky.
Not gonna show the op just yet. Read clear. See if Meteor has a read on that timing. It took a little while for that turret to get taken down. Yeah, he susses out a potential.
yeah, it does have a little bit of potential, and this, the time gets lower, the Sova ult becomes a little bit more appealing. Good news is Sova ult's really far away. They are about to have a 3-person stack. We got 25 seconds. They got double mollies.
Texture dashes in.
Yeah, and everyone is here from the side of T1. Texture, you can't get too far out of it. Meteor's ready.
Oh wait, he might have done it against his old
This
team.
is your teammate. This is how you won trophies last year. He'll just hold things down. Munchkin tries to land another
Oh, they
shot.
killed the
He'll go
planner.
for it. Foxy9 there for the support, but now it's all down to Karon.
Ah, it's done.
He will get the plan.
Will someone push him?
1v3.
Oh.
Oh no, he has to get off of it.
Whoa,
Here's
okay.
the footsteps, and it's just too
Damn, I see them from
much.
T1. Double
T1
pistol as well.
will
If they
lead
start
this
to win
best of
pistols,
5-1-0
they're
by
gonna
taking their map pick
do good in
on
this.
Pearl.
And you gotta imagine that takes just a little bit of that pressure off. Might give them a little bit more of an advantage coming into the later maps. But for now, 13-8 T1 looking good, looking ready.
Aaron, yeah, I mean he's got to stick to that for sure.
Yeah, it looks
but-
like you might, again, a lot of teams have faced this.